Hey everybody, this is Jeff, making a quick video, maybe not that quick, showing off kind of just a quick overview of the stuff I'm selling off. May have already read this in an ad. If you did, this will just be a bit of a repeat. I bought out, it's been 6-ish years ago now, I think, Game World here in Las Vegas. They went out of business. I bought it in 2 lots from Steve. I've been selling on eBay kind of on and off for the last few years, and it's time to move on in my life. Got other plans, and so it must go. For those of you who are not familiar with Game World, we'll spin the camera around here in a second, and I will show you their logo, and maybe that'll trigger something. I had a friend come up who's been buying and selling for even longer than I have. I've been at it for 7 or 8 years now total, mostly as a full-time job in that time. I've also done some other stuff to keep my sanity a little bit. You can see a little bit in the background already. My buddy's been at it for years. He managed some game stores down in Phoenix. I think there was 3 of them called Gamers, if anybody is familiar with those, years and years ago before the big bad evil GameStop put him out of business, unfortunately. So he came up and helped me. He's been helping me on and off over the last several years. He lived in my backyard in our guest house over the pandemic and helped. And he and I basically went through everything, box by box by box by box, and assigned it approximate retail value. Obviously tough to take the word for it of the guy that's selling the stuff. We came up with about 75 grand retail. Again, rough estimate, I would bet my firstborn that I'm within, I bet my firstborn I'm within 20%. And I would be shocked if I was off by more than maybe 10 or 15. We did try to estimate low on stuff. We didn't try to go crazy. It's tough. Obviously, you'll have to see it for yourself and make your judgment before you're trying to shell out the money I'm asking. Again, if you saw it in the ad, you know this already, but looking for $15,000, obviously, see what the interest is like and can go from there. But I'm going to switch the camera around here, and we'll do a quick little preview, and I'll walk you guys through. All right, so I'm not doing fancy holding the camera sideways stuff. I just want to make this easy. This table has got a lot of miscellaneous type things. One of the big best things in this lot, believe it or not, is new sealed unopened Crisscross for the Sega CD. You can actually go look on eBay and you'll see a lot of sales from Just Video Game Emporium. I've been selling those from, I think, between 30 and 50, more or less, depending on their condition. There are a lot of them. Well over 100, several hundred of those still in the lot, and they actually sell really well. So there's really nice money there. They're easy to ship, easy to package and all that. Here's another thing that there's a lot of. Steve stockpiled sealed games. The other stuff isn't as easy, or not as easy, but as desirable as the Crisscross. In the interest of full disclosure, we have NFL Quarterback Club for the Game Gear. We've got Fred Couples Golf for the 32X. There's a whole bunch of 3DO stuff, a lot of golf stuff. It sells. It sells slow, but it's a nice drip. It's steady. Once you get everything up, it's really easy to redo the listings. So I also have some Atari 2600, and I think some 7200 left. Again, kind of more common stuff. Dig Dug. I'm drawing a blank on some of the other ones off the top of my head. I think there's some football left. I'd honestly have to double check. But there's a lot of that kind of stuff. And again, it's, $15, $20 games, but they sell nice and easy to ship. So a lot of what's in here, it's buried kind of under the stuff. There's consoles in here, controllers. There's like plug-and-play systems in that box. Lots of Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. We've got some Xbox games. I guess I glossed over it. There's your old Game World disc only. I got some Xbox games, mostly common stuff. Some steering wheels. This one was actually mine. It needs a little optical wheel disc, which isn't too super uncommon with those. We have lots and lots, maybe 100 of these, 50 to 100, I know, rough estimate. Game Genies from the original Game Boy. You can see that they were at one time at Kmart, the no longer existing Anywhere Kmart, and they were selling them for $1. Another one of Steve's specials. We got Time Crisis 2 box, and you can see the gun in there. Got a pretty good amount of that, of Time Crisis stuff. You can ignore the box of reels. That is a keeper for Jeff. I'm into vintage electronic stuff. There's a record player over here too that's also not for sale. We have a pretty good amount of Nintendo 64 controllers, new in box, third party. The Circle ones are actually pretty solid controllers. Some of these other ones aren't as good. They sell really well though. I don't actually know what they're up to now. They've gone up a little bit since I had them listed last a couple of years ago. We have some like commercial speakers that I believe Steve probably had in the store. There's, I think, a center channel floating around somewhere, and then these wall speakers. Bin of microphones. We have some other randomish stuff here. We got some consoles up top. That lamp, I believe, it's something Marvel related, maybe Captain America. Super cool. I've sold one or two of them. All the console boxes you see here do have consoles in them in varying states of completeness and all of that. We got a little box that's got some manuals and stuff in it. We have a couple of receivers, like audio receivers, more vintage stuff, like one's a Kenwood. I can't remember what the other one is. Stuff that I bought like at flea markets and local yard sales and stuff. I just never got around to selling. These boxes on this table are mostly toys. There's a bin of Barbies. The stuff in here is solid. The toys are mostly going to land you in the $20 to $50 range. I don't think there's anything super special in these. In the interest of full disclosure, there might be... I know these bleach ones, some of them, I've sold a few. Some of those can get up there. These guys have some UV issues, but such is life. Some random stuff down here. It's hard to get to show you everything, but we got lots of like third-party type accessories, stuff for like 3DS and whatnot. None of it's super crazy valuable, but believe it or not, most of that does sell pretty well. I got rid of most of that type of stuff that does not sell. So I think what you're going to find in this is it's at least good and sellable. The Tails is not for sale. The Sonic costume is. That will go in with that. There's also some stuffed animals over here, Yoshis and other stuff that go with it. I'm going to sneak in here. A little too chubby for this. This is a lot of consoles and stuff on this rack. We have Dreamcasts, we've got the Laser Scope, we got Star Wars toy, nothing vintage there. Most of the vintage toys I sold off years and years ago, so don't get super pumped up on that stuff. We got an Xbox 360 steering wheel, a bunch of cords and accessories and that kind of thing. Down here, you can see kind of a preview of one of the best parts of this lot, believe it or not. I've got a gang of GameCubes that work. And by a gang, I mean like 75 maybe at this point. And those babies sell fast, 60 to 80 bucks a piece, depending on condition, ship easy. Here is kind of what I was talking about with the 3DO golf games. Make really nice lots with some of the other ones that I have and sell good. We've got... I think this is probably the only box that's got manga left in it, and there's not a ton of that left. I sold a lot of that. Got the old Dex Drive. I guess I'm kind of burying the lead here. We do have full-size Sonic and Mario costumes. I don't know if they're official. I don't know much about them. I've lent them to a buddy of mine, younger guy, for Halloween a few years ago for like his, he was like 17 at the time maybe. More consoles. They're cool, by the way. And then we got lots of jumper packs for the N64 in there, along with some more accessories. Underneath here, I think it's mostly accessories, like third-party accessories. Here's some other like electronic stuff that I bought with the intention of either messing with it myself or selling it. Never got around to selling it. A couple of boom boxes. I believe one tape player works, the other doesn't. I don't remember. I'm going back in my memory there. A really nice Klipsch surround sound speaker thingy-dealy for a computer. A little portable TV that I snagged probably at Goodwill or Savers, who knows. Here's another one of the really kind of unexpected but very valuable things in here. Model paints. Lots and lots of model paints. I cracked open a couple, got them shook up, and they are good still. I can't guarantee all of them are good. I can tell you that most are good. Almost all should be good. Found a couple that were dried out as I went through and just threw those away. These are 2 layers deep in this one. This one is 2 layers plus some loose on top. And then if we spin around, we have another one. This one is a single layer in most of it, but double layer here in the corner. Lots of paints and stuff. And then we have some spray paints in here. These I did not test out, but from experience with other enamel spray paints, they seem to last past expiration. These little jars of paint sell anywhere from like $5 to $8 a piece, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. So easy to ship, obviously. Require a little elbow grease, but a lot of money in those. This is probably the most exciting rack in this garage. I do have another garage to show you. It's going to be impossible for me to show you everything, but lots of boxed consoles. That's essentially what this is. We have action sets, Gears of War, Xbox 360. We got a Master System box. We've got a Commodore 64 here. I know, I'm sorry with the video, guys. More action sets. I think there's 6 or 7 of them here. There's 3 right there. Sega CD. Xboxes. I think I showed you that. Nintendo. We've got like some of the kind of chintzier like at games, Genesis and that kind of stuff in there. Nothing great there. We have some game art. Xbox 360 original art. I believe this is all 360 in this one. There might be another one of these floating around somewhere with Wii art. I don't remember if that's still around. I believe it is. More consoles. Another Sega CD in a really nice box. We've got PS2s all over the place. There is a Steel Battalion. If you've ever sold those, you know that they're all in amazing shape because nobody actually used them. We have a reconditioned 2600 up there. I think I glossed over it. We got a Nintendo Deluxe set. I believe the Rob is in there. If not, I've got half a dozen Robs that are part of this. More toys and televisions, Colecos, whatever those are. I can never remember which is which. I've been doing this forever and I still don't know any better. Alright, we'll come around and I'll show you these racks and then we'll switch to the back garage. A lot of like, I don't know, wires and accessory type stuff in here. These little bad boys, link cables, third party, sell really well, believe it or not. We got some modems, that adds up quick. We got the TurboGrafx version of the multi-tap, which I always wanted to be worth more than they are, but, you know, still cool. These are power supplies for arcade machines. I was told they were working when I bought them, and to be honest, Steve, when he said something when I bought this stuff, it's been come true. He's told me this thing worked, that thing didn't work, and all this time I have yet to find any of that to be inaccurate. So if he says it works, they work, then I believe him. I believe these Girl Scout cookie boxes are all Game Genies for the Game Boy that we talked about already. So I told you I had lots. I wasn't lying. And then some other randomish kind of stuff here. Got a U-Force. It's kind of tough to fit in here. We've already seen some of this stuff, but some was hidden. For example, a box Genesis. We have a Saturn in the box. Three more box Saturns. No, 2 box Saturns down below. The other one's that Master System we already saw. We have PlayStation, LCD screen combo. Those are very desirable. We got some Muppets Toys still in the box. Not great shape, but, you know, kind of is what it is. These Berserk things, that's I can't remember if it's an anime or a manga thing. I think it's an anime thing. They're actually necklaces, believe it or not. And I was unable to find those exact necklaces, but there's a bunch of them on eBay of differing types, and they're worth all kinds of money. Super weird. Don't fully understand it. I actually just uncovered those when I was doing this. I didn't even realize I had them. One more thing I was going to show you. This is a bin of broken handhelds. I had the best intentions. I fixed lots. I didn't get them all fixed. There are even, there's a bunch of parts in there as well, so anybody that does repair, that might come in handy. I'm going to spin to the other garage, and I'll be back with you in a second. All right, we are back in the guest house with some more stuff. We got some arcade sticks, random Dreamcast. Honestly, I don't know if it works. Lots of carrying cases. We were in the process of selling stuff when I decided to shut things down, so selling carrying cases. So some got sold, some are still available. Lots of random controllers, some consoles, PS1 screen in there. Got green translucent first-party Xbox controller. That printer goes in. It's a laser printer. I got it in an office clean out. At the time, it was worth a few $100. No idea what it's worth now. Some common NES and SNES. Yeah, sorry, no Evos in there, guys. Some random titles of things. Not anything super special in there. I'll take a little walk through the hallway here. Very professional. Easier than doing video editing. So, I mentioned there was some cases. There's a bunch of them there. I wasn't joking. All this stuff is going to be neatened up in the garage. I just haven't gotten that far. Actually, by the time this video is posted, that will be done. So, that is the plan. Bunch of Xbox controllers in there. A lot of first-party stuff, like the better translucent. That tote that's kind of buried under there is full of, well, a U-Force and power supplies. Most of them non-video game related. Some worth money, some not. Easy to look up, though. I will say that. Just kind of random accessory type stuff in here. This is good stuff. All these are empty. Maybe there might be some manuals, but no consoles, controllers, or anything. But tons of system boxes, good, desirable system boxes. More cases over there with the Rogue Wavebird that will obviously go in. There's a few Wavebirds left that may or may not make it into the video. They're buried probably. More cases, Game Boy stuff, better cases in there than a lot of what I've shown so far. We got the old Macintosh SE here that I believe powers up. I don't have any accessories to test it beyond that. A couple of Wavebirds on top in there. Some generic Wavebirds, I think. Lots of controllers. Power glove accessories up there. There are some power gloves that are in with this. First-party Nintendo stuff, NES Advantage. If you keen-eyed among you, we've got some, one of the weirdest controllers ever for the Genesis. But a bunch of GameCube controllers in there. So there are a few other miscellaneous things. The closet I just walked by has got some miscellaneous stuff. Kind of, dark out. Again, very professional. All right, here we get into, this is the stuff that mostly was listed in the store. You can see there's a lot of Xbox games, a few Xbox 360, Atari, and television. Lots of empty PS2 cases. Basically, all these cases on the bottom here, this is kind of one of the more hidden gemmy things. They go all the way down there. These are all first party. Some memory card holders, some not. A lot of them are in fantastic shape. The intent was to sell them. Never got that far, but there's hundreds of them. I kind of have to show you this way. Sorry. Some PS1 games, some N64 stuff. The N64 is, there's not much of it, and what's there is kind of more common-y. All the way down, hard to see. Some manga. There's some $50+ books in there. Those are all actually really good books. Got some more miscellaneous. Nintendo, SNES. Again, good common stuff. And this is what's left of my PS2. At one time, this wall was all PS2. And I sold thousands of them. So there's definitely still some left. Some more that we uncovered and listed recently. These are a really nice little prize. Soundtracks. Some of them, like video game soundtracks, anime, manga, that kind of stuff. There's Gundam. Lots of stuff in here. Anybody that knows anything about this, there is a lot of pirated stuff, still worth a bunch of money. A lot of really expensive stuff in there. And we've got, this is just the DVDs we had listed at the time we shut the store down. Some really good stuff up there. And there's more really good stuff to be had. These are the consoles we used to test, so they're all good. Some of the consoles we used to test. These bins, these guys here, tools are not for sale, those are mine. These bins are full of controllers and power supplies. Genesis power supplies, PS1 controllers, PS1, I believe these are controllers as well, correct? Some Legos that are going in, random Legos. You're not finding any super crazy rare sets or anything. Never really had any of that, unfortunately. The aforementioned power gloves and Rob stuff. We've got this is all controllers and accessories for consoles. The vast majority of it works. The vast majority. Not all of it, but most of it. We've got some gun cons, original gun cons. Man, the controllers. It's dark back here, sorry. This garage door, the wind would blow us away today, so I can't open it. Lots and lots of controllers. Lots of GameCube controllers. This is Atari and television, that stuff. I think there's even some TurboGrafx controllers in there. We'll wander around here. Hit all this stuff up. So there is more of the crisscrosses. This is what's left of guides that I have. If anybody wants to stock up on Halo guides, there you go. These shelves were originally completely full of guides. Obviously sold a lot. A lot of manuals in here. A lot of good manuals in here. The best of this stuff is lots of DS. These are all bagged already, ready to be photoed. This stuff is in really good shape for the most part. Game Boy manuals of varying types. There's some N64 and Super Nintendo left, not a ton. Xbox, Wii, PS3. This is the best of the boxes. We've got manuals for consoles and stuff in here. And if I page back a little bit, I want to do this carefully. Tons of inserts for the completionists. Lots and lots and lots of inserts. Nintendo Power inserts. All very well organized by the little numbers on the top. Some of them even have my prices on them still. These were priced probably a year or so ago. I don't know how much that's changed. But this is probably the most this is the most desirable box of manuals. Loose discs, Xbox, PS1, PS2. All this stuff down here, all those cardboard boxes that are kind of in behind, I guess there's no more on this side. Those are the new 32X Game Gear and 3DO games. So that Quarterback Club, you can even see Quarterback Club's written on that one. Tom Kite Golf, that kind of stuff. Okay, here we have, this is kind of cool. This little plate is from a case, one of those old organizing cases for Super Nintendos. Don't have any of the other parts, unfortunately. I actually didn't know what that was. A Facebook group helped me out. Console time, loose console time. Lots of stuff here, including another PS1 with a screen. God, there's so many consoles here. These should all work, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, these all work. I believe that's how we have them sorted. More GameCubes. There are several, four Jungle Green N64s. Lots of Nintendos, N64s, Super Nintendos and Nintendos in back, Super Nintendos piled up there. Yellowed ones on front, they're not all yellowed. We have a Sega CD. I think this is the one that I know doesn't work, but I can't remember off the top of my head. A couple Saturns, Master System, Genesis 3, 3DO. We have an XI and another 3DO that I just triggered open. Unless it's broken, I don't believe it is, but I don't know. I have so much stuff it's hard to remember, to be honest, guys. And televisions, ColecoVisions, a lot of that type of stuff. Some Snoopy stuff randomly that will go in there. Those CDs do not go. That is my CDs from high school. I'm now in my 40s. They have a dear place in my heart. This wall, these bins, basically at least that far to the right edge of the camera are all broken consoles. So if you own a video game store in town, you know what that's about. Everybody's got a stash of those. There's a lot of them. And not just crap consoles either. There's a lot of good stuff. I mean, there's a Nomad right on top here, for example. So, Sega CD. I never got to any of those. They're not picked through at all. A lot of this stuff isn't picked through at all. It was just boxes that were buried. I had 2 garages full, and I was a one-man show, so it's impossible to get through all of it. But definitely some of it is. If you're expecting to find some $3,000 hidden gem, you're going to be disappointed. But a lot of really nice stuff in here as well. These 2 tall boxes are both full of GameCubes. Those are the GameCubes I was talking about. They're 100% working, guaranteed working. All have been tested. A lot of power supplies in here. Xbox, GameCube power supplies that sell really well and are worth some money. Now we're kind of into the DVDs. Don't tell the postal service. I think this is the only tote I'm still using to store things. That's not with a lot. That will get cleaned out. More boxes of DVDs up here. Some is just like seasons of stuff. Some of it is anime. We didn't pick through those. We just grabbed boxes and listed box by box and listed a couple of boxes over the years. I believe these are all DVDs as well, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of DVDs. Should be some really good stuff in there. These bins are pretty much all full of AVs, power cords, that kind of stuff. I mean, you can see the Nintendo AVs. When we priced, I didn't assign a value to this kind of stuff at all. I just left that at 0. That's the kind of stuff that obviously has some value to anybody trying to sell stuff off. And then there certainly should be some retail value as well, but I didn't really factor that in. It's too hard to take all that into account. Got some more random stuff up here that was listed. Kind of stopped listing towards the end, so the store went from a couple thousand listings to maybe like 11 or 1200, I don't remember. This is all like accessories that were listed, some carrying cases up top, actually some pretty desirable ones. Just like another Wavebird. So there's a handful of Wavebirds left. Obviously, like I said, we didn't fully pick through stuff, so it's still there. Random stuff. I didn't show this up at the other house, but these are Naruto backpacks. They're messenger bags. There's Nintendo messenger bags. Those sell fairly decent on the eBay machine for $20-25 a piece. Super easy to ship. This is a random box of new old stock Sega Genesis. I think it's like the MK79 power supplies. Those sell really well. I think they're at $15 a piece. There's a bunch of them. LCD game that actually restored, and by restored I meant made work. The battery tabs were all eaten up by acid. Just some random games in there, nothing super exciting, just kind of random stuff here. LeBron from BarkBox, believe it or not, at one time that was selling for like $30. I have no idea if it's worth anything now. It didn't sell at the time. Sonic the Hedgehog belt buckles, for those of you that are into Sonic the Hedgehog belt buckles. We already saw this stuff from the other side. Power pad. There's a handful of power pads. More. Oh, here we go. Maybe. This is more of the new old stock. Under Agassi Tennis. I think that's like a $40 game. Wicked 18. Here's some PGA Tour golf for the 3DO. So there's those golf kind of lots I was telling you about. Some random controllers and plug-and plays down here. I guess I do have some more mail bins still in use. Don't tell Biden. These are 6 milk crates. By the way, these milk crates came with it. I've had people ask over the years how I got those, if I should have them. I don't know. They came with a lot, and I don't know if I should have them, but they're there. 6 crates of guides. Mostly kind of more common stuff. Nothing super special in there. This is a 7800 on top. There's more vintage pre-Nintendo consoles. These 2 bins down here are known broken controllers that were still worth keeping. So DualShock and better, basically. GameCube controllers, that kind of stuff that was worth repairing to the right guy. And then all this is controllers, pretty much mostly controllers. Power supplies. I think the one under it is maybe AV cables. I don't remember for sure. A lot of controllers. There's some more of the excuse me, aforementioned Logitech steering wheels. Very professional video. These boxes are, I believe, all empty, or mostly are empty. Let's just call them empty for now. If you come look at the stuff, you'll know otherwise. Jaguar box that I rescued at a yard sale once. I paid way too much for it, but I couldn't leave it there. I think that's it. I think we've kind of run through everything, so let me flip the camera around and we'll close this long-ass video off. Here I am again. So, that's the stuff. I also have more cardboard boxes than you could ever imagine. The kind of small, more desirable ones are gone, but anybody that buys this that wants the cardboard boxes that are still left here, they're yours. You may have noticed there are, I didn't show it in the video, but a lot of the stuff is sleeved, like the games in the, like those Xbox games I showed early in the video, the manuals that I showed, like the Game Boy manuals that had those nice plastic sleeves. I have a couple of 3 milk crates that I'm looking at here that are full of those plastic sleeves. They're fantastic for an eBay seller. Would be good in a store as well. Again, I'm sure store owners know what's up with that. You may have noticed it when we were looking at the wall of games just a few minutes ago here. There's a large light box that goes in with all of this. There's still definitely some store type things left. There's some LCD monitors with like little, change the letter out, like gas price things, like where they slap the letters up and down. There's a couple of those that also have screens. There's credit or some receipt printers. There's that kind of stuff. And then one thing that I didn't show, it's super buried. You may have noticed it. I don't know why I'm walking over it. You can't see it. There are, I believe, 7 slot machines that aren't like fully slot machines. They're like video game themed. There is a Sonic the Hedgehog one in there and a Street Fighter one in there. I'm undecided as to whether those are going with this lot or not. At the price that I quoted, the 15 grand, the Sonic and the Street Fighter are not part of that. I'm very partial to them. I'd really like to keep them. If my arm was twisted, we could maybe work something out. It depends if you want them or not. Stuff's super hard to price. I can find evidence of them existing online. Can't really find any evidence of sales. I don't honestly know what they're worth, which is kind of part of my trepidation on selling them, but I don't know. You get in front of me, we can talk. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. I don't think so. I think that's about everything. I'm going to start taking appointments again. Definitely read the ad. This is kind of the for the people that don't want to read stuff, but I'm going to start taking appointments one person at a time. First come, first served. Not going to start World War III. My back is really bad, so I can't help load. When you purchase, I'll be as patient as I can, but I need the stuff out of here. I need the space. I've got some plans for this garage back here. My wife is sick of not being able to park in our garage for years and years. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's hot in Las Vegas, so I need the stuff gone. I can give you a little time, obviously. You don't have to haul it away the day that you buy it, but not looking to do any sort of weird finance or commission based, or this is, I need it gone. I need it out of my life. It's stressful. I've been in it for years. Every time I come out in the garage, I see it, and it's painful to sell it at pennies on the dollar like this. But I'm trying to be as good as I can with the price to make sure that whoever buys this can make some money. My estimate, if I was back on the grind real hard with this, it's maybe years worth of work or so for one guy running an eBay store, one motivated guy. If you sell on eBay already, you know that this isn't a business for somebody that likes to sleep in. So, or I guess you can sleep in, but you better stay up late then. So yeah, it definitely requires some motivation, but there's a lot of money to be made here. This has been my living for years now. And yeah, so time to move on. Hopefully that one man's trash is another man's treasure. I don't think that applies here, but there you go. So happy shopping.